Hey guys, welcome back to Hatchets Hooch. I'm Hatchet. We got Matt with us, and we're at Club Herman today. What's going on, Matt?
Not much, man. Drinking a little liquor.
A lot of liquor.
A lot of liquor.
Today we're on some rye.
Yep, we're on some rye.
Jack Daniel's rye.
We don't know that yet.
I don't know, but we know Jack Daniel's.
Well, I mean, that's just personal preference.
All right, so I've had trouble finding appreciation for rye. And to me, it's just flavorless water with pepper in it, and that's it. And my buddy at work, Clay, and hopefully we'll see Clay, sometime soon, because he likes to drink bourbons and stuff too. And he was like, "Hey man, you got to try that Jack Rye." And I'm like, "I don't really care a whole lot for rye." He was like, "No, I'm telling you, man, it's different. It's different. You like it?" So I went and bought some. And you remember when I bought this? It's been several months back.
It's been a while.
Well, I tasted it, and it is different than the other ryes. Now we just tried some Sazerac.
Yeah.
And it's got a good smokiness to it, and which was
really
kind of
does.
different.
It really does.
And I'm going to tell you, just Jack Daniel's is a different type of rye also. It has a little difference to it. But
it's got that same sugar maple charcoal that the regular Jack Daniel's
maybe that's
has.
why.
Maybe that's part of it.
Maybe that's it. So Tennessee whiskey, to be a Tennessee whiskey, it has to be filtered through charcoal. George Dickel does it with a cold moonshine and filters through. Jack Daniel's does it. It's not cold. But it's still filtered through a sugar maple charcoal. And when they done the rye, they do it the same way.
So it says on here that they bring together two classics, rye's distinctive flavor drawn from a unique 70% rye grain bill, and then they still do the time-honored charcoal mellowing method. So it's the same charcoal method that they use in the regular Jack Daniel's.
Right. All right. Well, let's try some rye, man.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how much different this is going to be than the regular Jack.
There's no possible way this bottle could be as harsh as normal Jack.
Let's hope not.
If it is, whoo.
The color is awesome though. Look how dark that is.
It is dark. I don't know how long it's aged. It doesn't say, but that's a pretty color. That almost looks like that Sazerac on it.
It really does.
It's got a nice color to it.
Oh man, that's a lot.
It is a lot.
That's crazy different, isn't it? Like the alcohol burn isn't substantial.
No.
The alcohol smell isn't substantial.
It's got some
sweet
burn, but
the sweet tones are
really
way higher than
even
the Sazerac. The Sazerac had like sweet undertones to it.
It wasn't minute.
That wasn't the prevalent scent, and I feel like this is sweet prevalent. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The sweetness overpowers, a lot. Which from Jack Daniel's you don't really expect that.
No, I don't expect that at all from Jack Daniel's.
You expect a lot of harsh.
Yeah.
It smells really good. For a rye, I did not expect the sweetness there.
No, that's more of a bourbon characteristic.
It
than
really
you would
is.
think
Yeah.
of Tennessee whiskey.
Yeah. Well, it's a Tennessee rye.
It's a different critter.
It's a lot smoother than that Sazerac when it was hot, wasn't it? Goes down smooth. There's some alcohol burn, but it's not too bad. But that flavor on there.
That's so much better than a regular Jack Daniel's, let me tell you.
Yes, it is. So much better.
The alcohol is definitely there, and it's not like an alcohol burn, but it's the vapor. So when you're done and you breathe in, it kind of catches you a little bit. There's definitely a good smoke to it, and there's a prevalent sweetness that I was absolutely not expecting.
Yeah, that sweet sticks on it. Yeah.
The pepper, again, this is another one of those things where there's not a pepper, like a really harsh black pepper back finish. It's more of a smoked back finish than what I figured was going to happen.
And this Jack Rye is what gave me an appreciation for rye, because before that, I didn't really care a whole lot for rye. It was very, very simple and basic with the Basil Hayden, that Templeton. But with this one, it had some differences to it. Like it was really something different, that you could taste and you know, something to look forward to. You know, most ryes you don't get hardly anything out of it. You know, it's just kind of a ice water, and then pepper and gone. But with this one and that Sazerac, there's a lot of smoke there.
Yeah, and I think the Templeton was just, I mean, it really was water. Like, it tasted.
And I drunk the piss out of it too.
I did. I drank it for the video.
And it was good, you know, but it was very basic. Nothing.
Well, and part of that, I think, is just the way that it's made, because it's not, it's a different kind of animal, because the Buffalo Trace product and this Jack Daniels, they're making it themselves. Right. It's a different animal than that Templeton is. The Templeton is like it's a mass produced,
stripped down kind
of bought rye that is, they probably put their own little minor tweaks,
chili powder in it.
Yeah, but it's not a lot. So
yeah,
you know, when you're dealing with something a little bit different, you know, you've got, well, I guess too, you've got the distillers that are doing it, so it's a little bit different than when you buy your product.
We talked about this with Don up at South Mountain, and how much time and effort he puts into all of his liquor in his barrels and stores them, you know, versus somebody who buys a barrel and sits it in a warehouse.
Exactly.
You know, when he goes in there, he actually mills the grain down, puts this much corn in it, this much barley in it, and then, you know, lets it ferment. He's doing all that, as where these other guys are just buying a barrel of it and that's it.
Right. And
there's a big difference.
Yeah, and that's the same way, like old Nick. I mean, they're doing the same thing. They're putting heart and soul into their product.
Right.
It's a lot different animal than.
And you can taste it.
Yeah, and then you can definitely tell the difference between these small local distilleries than these big companies.
And even though like Buffalo Trace is a big, huge product, their distillery is still not that big of a place.
Yeah.
Now they put a big expansion in, and they've got a lot of new warehouses and stuff. But these places are still pretty small areas, you know, and that's where you get your flavor from.
Right.
And I want to say that with this rye, you compare it to that Templeton, it's leaps and bounds beyond
it's
different.
Way different.
All right, should be iced down good.
What little bit of heat there was before is gone.
It's gone. And I like that about ryes. I'm a guy who I don't like a lot of alcohol burn. Johnson, man, he likes that burn on that moonshine, but I like smooth liquor. And these ryes, man, they're smooth like water.
So still got a prevalent smoke and a prevalent sweet. You know, on the Buffalo Trace, the sweetness mellowed with everything else,
Right.
and this one you can still smell some sweetness.
I think the smoke is the most prevalent, but that sweetness is still back there kicking pretty hard.
Yeah,
I mean,
which is different from what we've tried
from
previously.
the Sazerac. All right, let's try it. Smooth.
The flavor's really good. It still has a little bit of a sweetness.
I get some spice.
There's definitely more spice when it's iced than it was hot.
Sure,
which
definitely.
is another one of those oddities.
Yeah, I like that spice.
The things that you can't really explain, because usually the spice is in the hot and then it mutes away.
Right.
It's that the heat, not the heat, but the spice is prevalent. The smoke is prevalent. The sweetness went down a good bit.
And I wanted to say the sweetness is there, but it's nowhere near like it was earlier.
That was kind of in the forefront when it was still hot.
And now the sweetness is way low under.
Yeah, and it's almost it's almost an undertone, like it's on the backside.
But there's no bitterness there.
No, there's no bitterness. This is good.
I like the Jack Rye.
I was not expecting much. I mean,
really? Well,
and I say that because I'm not a big fan of the regular Jack.
When Clay told me, try that Jack Rye, you'll like it, I was the same way. I was like, man, there's no way I'm going to like any Jack Daniel's product. Other than that fire. That's pretty good. But that's the flavor. This is an actual real whiskey here. I mean, it's made with rye.
We also like the honey, by the way. So their flavors are good. Yes, the honey was good.
Okay.
Their flavors are good, but the regular Jack Daniel's is a little bit rough.
But now, when he said you're gonna like this, I was thinking there's no way I can like a harsh Jack Daniel Rye, because it's gonna be harsh. But man, this one's good, man. I like this rye.
It's pretty good stuff. Like I said, the flavor profile is really good. You get a little bit more. Now you do get a little bit more of the pepper. What we were expecting from it.
From a rye.
On the ice, I didn't really get it on the front side when it was hot.
If you did, it was covered up by the alcohol. The heat, the vapor. That color says it all, man. That smokiness comes through really well on this rye. So, I enjoy this one much better than that Templeton.
Oh, again, I don't remember a whole lot about the Templeton
because it was flavorless, basically.
But that's why I do remember that there wasn't much to it. It was not much to talk about aside from a pepperback side, pepperback finish.
Right, and we've seen now that ryes have a little bit more you can put into them now.
Yeah, there's a lot more. There's a lot more to it if you get the right one.
Right. Sazerac's definitely a great one, and then this Jack Daniel's has got its own place too.
Agreed.
Really, it's maybe you're in the liquor store and you kind of walk by the rye because you're not a Jack fan, but man, this one's something really to stand out.
I think that even if you don't like the regular Jack Daniels, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that feel that way. Like I'm not a big fan of regular Jack Daniels. This is good enough product. Even hot, this is really, really good. I think that you wouldn't go wrong to try this, even if you don't like the regular Jack Daniels. I think you should definitely give it a shot.
Yeah, it's a different animal altogether. Whiskey's whiskey, ryes are ryes. This is a good rye. It really is. 99 times out of 100, I take this over Basil Hayden.
Oh yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
It's Basil Hayden is very basic and that's it. But this one's got some good smoky flavor to it. So.
And the price point is better.
And the price point. That Basil was expensive. This one's, I think this is about the same as a Jack.
Regular Jack.
Yeah. Regular Jack. So $25 probably for a fifth. It's not too bad.
25 plus or minus.
Would you mix it?
I don't know. You could. I don't know why you wouldn't. Why you couldn't. This is definitely good enough to drink. Either hot or on the rocks. I don't think that it's.
It's not so hot when it's neat that you wouldn't want to drink it.
Exactly.
Now that Sazerac was pretty hot. I wouldn't want to drink it.
It was pretty hot.
So, but this one you could drink neat, and I would, but I prefer it on ice.
Yeah.
So
I like it. That's good. So to me, right now, I still like the flavors better of Jack Daniel's products. I still like the fire. The fire is really good. It's not super sweet, but the cinnamon flavor is on point. The honey is awesome. Tennessee honey is amazing. This probably ranks third, and
regular Jack
is
dead last.
Dead last because I don't.
Well,
it's just not my thing.
I say with the Jack Fire, you've got a cinnamon, but then you've also got a whiskey flavor to it, which is what I like, and it has its uniqueness. The honey, it tastes like every other honey. It's not bad at all. It's good, but it has no uniqueness to it. This has a very good uniqueness to it.
I agree.
And Jack Daniel's regular, it's Tennessee whiskey.
It is what it is.
So
it's good for Jack and Coke.
I suggest get out and try some of this. Really.
I think that we will experiment with this the same way that we've experimented with everything, and we'll mix it up with different things and see how it plays. But I think that it'll be fine mixed, fine on the rocks, fine hot. I don't think that there's any. Very few people I think would have a problem with this alcohol.
Right. I feel like if you're a Jack drinker, try this rye. You're not going to be disappointed with it.
Oh no.
You're going to be really surprised at how smooth it is. You're going to say, "Whoa, what? Liquor can be this smooth? What?"
Yeah. If you've been drinking regular Jack, that's for sure what you're going to say.
If you're not a Jack Daniel's fan and you just want to try a rye, this is a good one to try.
It really is. It's good. It's a good all-around, well-rounded
Sure.
liquor.
Yeah, it's got a good smoke to it. It's got a pepper to it, and you can drink it neat. It's not too hot.
And like we've said, it definitely beats the Templeton.
Yes.
Yes. Templeton is what it is, but you're gonna have the flavor profile of this is way better.
Sure, it's more complex.
Yeah.
Really. Now, if you're a rye drinker and you're a Basil Hayden fan, whatever some of the other ryes that are more expensive that you drink, try this Jack. You're going to be pleasantly surprised, I think. This is something that you rye drinkers could really try out because it's got a good smokiness to it. So, I mean, it's good all around. Whether you want to try rye or not, this is a good one for all these reasons, you know.
Yeah.
So, try it out, and if you don't like it, we'll take it.
Word.
So, anything to add here?
Get you some of that.
Get you some of that. All right. Let us know in the comments what you think about this Jack Rye. Clay, appreciate the recommendation. I really enjoy it, and hopefully we'll get you on here soon. And like and subscribe. We'll catch you next time on Hatchets Hooch.